Last season we finished 6th, but unfortunately we were lost in the playoff final to Burnley at Wembley. And now that we've only been given a 600k budget for next season, what can we do to try and get ourselves promoted? Hello everybody, I'm Matthew Wilson and Samurai Hacks, and welcome back to another episode of the FM26 Beta Series with me, Matthew, and our club, my beloved club, the team I support, Derby County. Now, there is no face cam today because I've been putting off recording this video because I get very nervous with the face cam, and yeah, if I'm putting off the video, I kind of know the reason why. It's the face cam, having to have that on. So to get this video out as soon as possible, I'm gonna have no face cam on. It'll probably be a mix between face cam when I'm on my good days and no face cam on my bad days, and today you could say is a bad day, so no face cam today. But yeah, last season we were knocked out in the playoff final to Burnley, and if everything is correctly interpreted, we've only been given 600k to spend in the transfer window and nothing to spend on the wages. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. But I'm sure we can actually do something in the transfer window to try and get us to be more competitive, finally get this promotion, and third time of asking. And well, we did actually get to spend some money. By the way, if I'm glossing over all this, it's because I've just recorded an earlier bit, but we were in January instead of August or September of this season. So I was going through everything again, and it's just made me a bit wary. Yeah, if we go to the end of last season, only one player actually left us, and that was on loanee. Otherwise, into the new season, we ended up selling Liam Thompson. Like, first season he was awful. Second season, because of that awful rating he was playing under in the first season, he hardly played in the second. So come the third, which is this season, we've decided to sell him to Oxford. 850k, it's not the most, but I think his contract was running out. But I think in real life, if we ever sold him, we'd probably get like 1 million to 2 million. But yeah, selling him well, he was not going to be renewed if we did get promoted, which I can see us getting promoted this season because it's with third time, it's the charm. Yeah, selling him while we could. We got the profit, that's all good. Another person that left is Jürgen Selverson. His profit from what Derby bought for him in real life. We didn't want to sell him, but the offer was too good to refuse, and it also let us buy people in. So that's what, £2 million that we can now spend. So that's pretty good. And we also upped the transfer percentage of transfer budget or whatever from sales. So earlier it was like 30%, I think it's now 40% or something like that. So we were getting 5 million, we were getting 3 million, and we're also spending some more. Somehow, I don't know how, but it just happened. But yeah, he left. Also loaned out a few more people. We also saw Kenzo Hartman. He was unhappy towards the end of last season because he wasn't playing enough. And this season, yeah, we thought, okay, we'll sell you, and yeah, we have. In the end, sold him to Sport of Rotterdam. Cheap money, but hey, he needed to go. We also ended up selling Callum Alder to Salernitana. I didn't want to sell him. Well, I wanted to sell him, but then I realised we didn't have a left back, so I kept him. He got unhappy over game time last season, so we sold him this season. So he's gone for 450k. We also ended up selling Joe Arabo. Yeah, I didn't want to sell him again, but Al Wahida came in for an offer and he wanted to leave, so yeah, decided not to stand in his way. He's gone. Tristan Gill, who was a youngster, I don't think would ever get good. He's gone to Burnley for 250k. We also sold Colton Morris for 700k to Millwall. I didn't want to sell him again, but I thought get the money in, get a free player who can be in his position in a better way, to just replace him for this season and maybe get a better person next season if we get promoted. I don't know. I'm figuring out as we go. We also saw this guy Israel Green. He just nowhere near as good, nowhere near good enough for us. And for some reason, Coventry bought him, played him twice, and he scored 2 goals, but he was only 10k sale. So yeah, I don't know what they saw in him, but hey, he's gone. And then people that joined, we brought in Grady Diangana. Brilliant player, leading EFL Championship player. This is just what we need on a free transfer from Elche. Jake Conde, another good Championship player, comes in on free transfer from Venezia. Max Jenner comes in, he's just a youngster that the Director of Football signed. Harry Amos comes in as our left back. Again, we're relying on left backs relying on loans for the left backs. Second season in a row as our main choice left backs alone. But yeah, when I saw him, he was so good, I had to sign him. He actually says that he's a good Premier League player, that's how good he is. So yeah, Oliver Pilmark comes in as a free transfer, he's just a youngster. We also signed Yassine Belkadine, just as an option. He was a bit expensive, it was all our money where he went on him, 3.3 million, but he's a good player. We also brought in Jaimia Oriola, just a youngster, got his husband loaned out. Lucas Monson comes in as our backup centre-back, and Armstrong comes in as our option as striker, and he can also play right wing. Reece Davis comes in as our backup left back, can also play centre-back, and we also brought in Gino Infantino. When I noticed him for how cheap he was, I had to go in for him. Yeah, he signed for 875k, I think that's a good offer. And then Director of Football signed this guy, Pau Cifuentes, who has loads of potential, and he's not actually that bad. In all honesty, on his current ability so far, it can just be a backup for this season, trying to loan him out, things like that. Yeah, we ended up spending 4.1 million, and 5 million ended up going out. So we received 5 million. We let go 4.1. Overall, the balance, I don't think it's doing that well. How do I check the balance? There it is. Actually, it's doing better. Earlier this season, it was -6. Or at the end of last season, so it's now gone to 10. So I'll probably go to like -15 by the end of the season, because we get it into the positive just after we get the budgets, and then by the time the budgets are already done, we get the money into the club, and then by the time the new budgets come the next season, we've got lost all this money, even if we sell a load of players. So yeah. We're losing money, but we'll have to deal with it. And how we are started off so far is we were brilliant in all the friendlies, won every single one of them. And then in the league, we ended up beating Reading, we beat Bradford, we beat Millwall, we beat Cardiff, Preston, Sheffield Wednesday. Bradford City and Sheffield Wednesday in the FL Cups within the third round of that. However, the win did face Chelsea and lost 3-0 to them. In between that, we played Norwich and lost to them, and then in the early bits of September, we beat Luton, we beat West Brom, and drawn with Oxford. So we're not doing too bad. We've only lost one game. We've only dropped 4 points? No, 5 points. I always get that mixed up. Yeah, we're only dropped 5 points, and then the teams ahead of us by a point at both Coventry and Southampton, who I've actually played more games and drawn both of those added on games. If we win, we're top of the league. Hopefully that will happen. Who knows? So after the Oxford game out into February, we ended up being Sunderland, which was a very good result there. Beat Sheffield United, lost to Leicester unfortunately, but beat Stockport, beat Southampton, a good result there. Drew with Coventry, beat Stoke, beat Charlton, Birmingham, Portsmouth and Bristol City, we all won. And then we drew Swansea, beat Leyton Orient, who are in the Championship, I think under Robbie Savage, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Robbie Savage is now managing Leyton Orient, so he must be overpowered in the game like he kind of seems to be in real life. But yeah, we beat them. Wolves, Blackburn, Swansea, Oxford we also won, and we drew with Sunderland. Into January, we beat Stockport, Woking in the FA Cup, Sheffield United and lost to Southampton, then beat Luton and Coventry, and then we also beat Leicester and Norwich. Was a draw. A lot of games to go through. I'm not showing the highlights because I think there's still a bug where it doesn't let you show certain highlights, and I just don't want to waste my time trying to get it sorted by picking certain matches that let me show the highlights and certain matches that don't, and trying to figure out which ones are which. Because knowing my luck, the ones I don't want to show will allow me to show you the highlights. The ones I don't want to show, the ones I do want to show, don't let me show the highlights. So I'm not even going to try until that bug's fixed. But yeah. I also ended up having a bug where I'm not able to Insta result it today. So I did this season about 4 days ago, or whatever. And on the day of recording this, which is the 1st of November, I had the update for the day before, the 31st of October, broke all the instant results. And that's how I played the game, I instant result. So I managed to fix it by just quitting the game, but I still reported the bug because it's game breaking for me. It doesn't let me use instant result. It loses the fun of the game for me. I lose the fun of the game because I don't like the match game. I don't like going into the game, so I instant resulted it and stuff like that. At least for YouTube videos, at least it makes it easy to get the videos out. But yeah, if we go into the transfers for January, we ended up selling some people and bringing in a couple more people in. At least I think we did. Yeah, we did. So let's go to sales first. So as you can see, we loaned out a load of people, including that I missed last time. I think it was because it happened. No, it didn't happen. Completely missed that. Ended up selling Caden Jackson to Salford. He was unhappy. He wasn't in my first team plans. First season he was brilliant and he got his new contract because of that, but second season he was off the boil. So third season we sell him, and it's not much money, but it's still profit, so that's decent. But yeah, what's the system there? It's Caden Jackson 28.5. Caden Jackson 7k. I don't get that. Anyway, Colin Dagpo was also sold. He was that signing we signed because he had good average rating for burst shot in Belgium. He never really made it out for us, so we sold him to Antwerp. We also ended up signing Jake Rooney for 1.2 million. I didn't think we needed him. He played a few times, but yeah, we didn't need him how we are doing in the league. And we also sold Lewis Travis, who was hardly playing compared to the past 2 seasons. And I thought, let's sell him while we can get as much money for him as possible. And I hope the current squad, because he's not playing, the current squad that were in the team would do just as good as we are doing. So yeah, he was sold. And we also loaned a few more people out. People that joined in January, we ended up signing Tomas Vetlin from Krona Kielce. He is a right winger, left wing. He can also play midfield and AMC. And that's why we got him to play all those areas. Also signed João Vitella, just as a youngster who's been loaned out. Now, with that money we had from Lewis Travis, I needed another DM just as backup, and the best one that wanted to come with us on loan was well, he wasn't the best one, but he was one that had potential, and I noticed we could get him on a permanent next season if we won the league. I thought, hey, we could get money for him down the line. So yeah, Dakari Mafika comes in as our backup DM, and if we win the league, which I admit we're nearly there, and we end up signing for 2.8 million, which is a bargain. We also signed Alan Cantero, who is another bit of an older player, but can also, if he lets me click on him, Play striker in left wing and AMC, so he does all the positions. So yeah, we've signed him as a squad player, which is a good deal. And if we go to the fixtures and click EFL Championship, because that's the best way of doing it, we are currently top of the league by 15 points. We are running away with it. Absolutely running away with it. Birmingham are having a good season. So are Southampton, yet they are nowhere near us, and they technically have better sides on paper. That is how good we are doing. Well, into February, we did brilliantly. Again, unfortunately we lost in the next game in the FA Cup against Newcastle, but it was only 1-0 loss. That's not the end of the world against a tough Newcastle side. We then beat West Brom, unfortunately lost to Stoke, but beat Charlton, beat Birmingham, beat Portsmouth, beat Cardiff, beat Reading, beat Preston, beat Millwall, beat Leyton Orient, and then we decided to experiment because we were promoted, and we lost to Wolves and Bristol City, but then figured the tactic out and won against Blackburn. So as you can guess, we won the league. And it was by miles. I hate how it does that screen. Who even wants to look at the class? You just want to look at the league table. That's a fix that needs to be fixed. A bug that needs to be fixed, mate. But yeah, we won 110 points. We beat a championship record of 110 points. I think that beats what Reading by about 6. We won 35 in the end, only drawn 5 and lost 6. We had goals for of 103, and we only conceded 39. How good is that? In the end, Portsmouth. I don't know why I got Portsmouth from. In the end, Southampton and Sunderland get promoted alongside us. Southampton did brilliantly, getting 90 points, and so did Sunderland, getting 87. I'm just glad Sunderland got promoted, but. And if you look at it, Birmingham and Norwich and even Coventry, you could say, and even Bristol City, who finished 7th, deserve to be promoted as well with how good they were doing. In the end, Portsmouth, that's probably where I saw it. Because I looked at them earlier or something, I don't know. But yeah, Portsmouth, Leyton Orient and Reading all get relegated. Reading with only 19 points, which is pretty poor for them. But yeah, we're promoted, and yeah, I don't know how to feel because I'm thinking of doing a different strategy with the transfers. I'm gonna do Leyton Orient. I'm gonna do a Luton Town. I think is still bring players in, but not do a Forest and overspend on big players that if you fail once you're not getting into the side again. So I'm going to keep most of the squad. I'm going to focus on the youth players. I think I'm going to do a new strategy where maybe I only sign 2 over 25 players or 26 and over players per transfer window. So it's 4 over 25s per 4 over 25s per season, and everyone else will be young. I'll get maybe the 24 and 23s get into the first team straight away, and all the rest will be youngsters that could do well. And I want to focus on the youth. I'm going to do what Chelsea do almost, where we just buy the youth and hopefully we can build a squad in a couple of years. So I don't know if it will be relegated, hopefully not, but it very might well be a possibility that we do it. But if we go to how we have done with players, and yeah, goalkeepers wise, Zetstrong was injured for a hell of a long time actually, and Vickers had to play, and he did brilliantly. And then of course when Zetstrong came back, Vickers was put as the backup, but because of that, I am keeping Vickers for next season as our 3rd choice. And Zetstrong will be the main choice, obviously. We'll get a backup goalkeeper who can do just as good a job as Vickers did this season if Zetstrong gets injured, because to be honest, Sandstrom is injury prone. I think he's got the injury prone syndrome because he gets injured quite a lot of times. I don't know if that's because in real life he's had the head injuries all the time. But at least past 2 seasons when he's been Derby, he's not been that injured that many times. So I think it's just, it's recurring from previous years where he's always been injured. And that's made him injury prone. But yeah, even Harry Evans got a game. So yeah, and he will be leaving at the end of his contract. Sandro Langas, best centre-back by far. Matt Clark played a few times. I'm going to keep him, I think, for a bit longer, just as backup. Because like I said, we're going to go for the younger players and they need to be growing naturally. So Matt Clark will be here for next season. If he gets an offer in for him, we will sell him. But he's a team leader and that's why we kind of need to keep him. Deval Kwa can be the backup centre-back ahead of Matt Clark because he's just been brilliant. Nyambi, I'm on the cuffs on whether to give him a contract or just keep him for another season and get rid of him at the end of his contract next year. Max Johnson, brilliant. Lawrence Davis did quite well, in all honesty. Let's see if I can just do that. He ended up playing 37 times, only 17 as a start, but he did really, really well. Harry Amos was the best player by far, and it really showed how good he was. He even got people like Freddie Turley playing in time. Chet Conde did well. He did really well. Mafiko played well when he did play, and I'm happy that he's joining us permanently now that we won the league. So he's joining us permanently for about 2.8 million or something like that. And Cruz Allen, who has been our main player this season. He was 2-star at the start of the year, and now he's 3.5 star. And he's just overperformed everything of my expectations, and that's how I stayed in the squad and got so good. We're at 21 years old, he is ready for the Premier League. Bakedim also did well. Infantino surprised me in how good he was. 23 goals, 8 assists, 41 games played from the start. That was brilliant. Vettlin didn't play as many times as I expected him to play, probably because of Infantino and Cruz Allen, but he still did well, so it's not that bad. Dian Garner did well, getting 12 assists. Carlson didn't play as many times. He's mainly the backup left winger, but he did play 31 times off the bench. He still got 10 contributions in goal, 2 goals, so it's not bad. Armstrong, he was our backup striker. He didn't do too badly, though I might be looking to sell him next season. He might be one that actually goes. Cantero didn't play many times, but hey, he's still a good enough player. Kellen Lang once again surprised me at how good he is, and I will hopefully be keeping him next season just as the backup. Otherwise, he will be trying to be sold. And Via Brewster, 22 goals. Not as much as Aventino, but he was playing as a right winger, mind you. He wasn't playing as striker. He was playing as right winger most times. Sometimes attacking midfield, sometimes attacking midfield left, but most times right winger. And he also played striker a few times, I do admit, but he was brilliant as well. So good season. We're promoted to the Premier League. I'm doing a different style of transfer strategy. Doing the Chelsea strategy of getting players in younger. Hopefully they all can grow together, become a real close-knit side in 2, 3, 4 years. And be challenging, not for the Premier League that Chelsea are hoping for, but challenging hopefully for a Conference League position. That's if we could stay up and keep them if we do stay up. Because we might well get relegated if this doesn't work out. And yeah, hopefully it does, but you never know. I'm still figuring out the tactics. But yeah, this is enough of this episode. So next episode will be our first season in the Premier League since the disaster of 07, 08, or 08, 09, or whatever it was with Derby. So yeah, I always forget it because I block it from my mind. Also, I wasn't going to football back then because I was struggling at school with my autism and all that. And then I just gave a season to get away to some of my dad's colleagues, and they went to the games instead. And then I returned next season. But yeah, enough about life for me. Let's see what we do next season. So hopefully it'll be a successful season next year, just like this season. I'm not expecting any top halves next season. I am expecting to be in a relegation scrap. Hopefully surviving on the final day with a win against Forest. Who knows? Anyway, I've been Matthew, also known as Hanks. I'll see you all next time. Hex signing out. Bye everybody.